Most people think running is the best way to burn fat. But what if I told you there's an exercise that burns nearly double the calories, takes less effort, and hardly anyone talks about it? Stick around, because this might completely change the way you train. I just tested 8 different cardio exercises using the world's most accurate calorie tracker, measuring not just total calories burned, but specifically how much fat versus carbs each one burns. The results were mind-blowing. You'll discover which exercises are secretly sabotaging your fat loss goals, which ones deliver the best results for your time, and I'll reveal the shocking winner that beat everything else. Plus, I'll show you the real data on that famous afterburn effect everyone talks about. Let's start with everyone's childhood favorite, jump rope. After 10 grueling minutes, I burned 146 calories. But here's where things get interesting. Jump rope falls into the category of high-intensity interval training, which supposedly triggers this magical afterburn effect where your body keeps burning calories for hours after you finish. Sounds amazing, right? Well, after 20 minutes of recovery monitoring, I only burned an additional 28 calories. That's barely enough to cover a few bites of an apple. The problem with jump rope is that my heart rate only reached 70% of its maximum. For true high-intensity benefits, you need to hit at least 85%. So I cranked up the intensity with YouTube-style bodyweight circuits. These workouts promise to melt fat faster than ice cream in August. I burned 136 calories in 10 minutes and managed to complete it without looking like I needed medical attention. The afterburn was 24 extra calories for me, nothing dramatic, but my heart rate still only climbed to 75% of maximum. We needed to go harder, which meant it was time for the ultimate cardio weapon, sprints. Picture this, a grown man running like he's being chased by angry wasps, then collapsing dramatically every 30 seconds. I demolished 178 calories in 10 minutes, making it 17.8 calories per minute. But here's the plot twist that nobody talks about. 97% of my calories came from carbs, only 3% from fat. Meanwhile, my heart rate finally crossed that magical 85% threshold, leading to 48 extra calories of afterburn. The harsh reality about sprints is they're absolutely brutal on your recovery. I couldn't even think about leg day afterward. Since I nearly died from sprints, I decided to try something more civilized, jogging. Every Hollywood celebrity swears by it, so it must work, right? After 20 minutes, I burned 350 calories. The calorie burn nearly doubled compared to our 10-minute sprint sessions, but the secret lies in heart rate consistency. Jogging keeps you in that sweet spot of elevated heart rate for extended periods, unlike sprints that spike briefly, then crash. Here's a game-changing tip. If you jog first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, you burn twice as much fat compared to the same workout after eating. We tested this fasted cardio approach, and sure enough, a bigger chunk of calories came from fat stores instead of recently consumed carbs. But before you set your alarm for dawn patrol, understand this crucial distinction. Fat burning during exercise and actual fat loss are completely different things. When you exercise fasted, your body uses stored fat because there's no food fuel available. However, the rest of the day, you'll rely on other energy sources, so total daily fat loss depends on your overall calorie balance, not just what happens during 30 minutes of exercise. My joints were taking a beating from all this jogging, so swimming emerged as the ultimate joint-friendly calorie crusher. Elite swimmers burn close to 6,000 calories daily during training season. Michael Phelps famously consumed 8 to 10,000 calories per day while maintaining his legendary physique. I strapped on waterproof monitoring gear and discovered that even my clumsy pool antics burned 276 calories. Swimming works every major muscle group simultaneously, while water conducts heat away from your body 25 times faster than air, forcing extra calorie burn just to maintain body temperature. I might have become a complete water enthusiast after seeing these results. If you don't know how to swim, you probably know how to walk. Walking might seem boring, but it's secretly a fat-burning powerhouse. After 30 minutes at a leisurely pace, I burned almost 200 calories. The real magic happens with the fuel source. 80% of walking calories come from fat, compared to only 40% for jogging and a measly 3% for sprints. A fascinating study found that people who simply added 2.5 hours of extra walking per week lost an additional 3.5 pounds of fat over 12 weeks. That's only 20 minutes of daily walking, leading to real fat loss results. To supercharge walking benefits, I tested incline walking, which was bodybuilding legend Chris Bumstead's preferred cardio. Walking uphill at 6% grade burned 50% more calories than flat ground at the same speed. It felt slightly more challenging but remained totally sustainable. Walking with a 20-pound backpack only increased my calorie burn by 13%. This reveals something crucial about fat loss plateaus. As you lose weight, it's like removing a heavy backpack you've been carrying constantly. Your body burns fewer calories for the same activities, which explains those frustrating plateaus. The solution involves gradually eating slightly less, moving more, and prioritizing strength training to preserve metabolism, boosting muscle mass. The Stairmaster proved surprisingly effective and relaxing. 20 minutes of steady climbing while watching Netflix burned 256 calories for me. Unlike most cardio that feels like punishment, this machine let us zone out while still getting serious calorie burn. For the final test, I tried boxing. 20 minutes of intense pad work burned 270 calories for me, just slightly more than the 256 from Stairmaster. But the boxing felt significantly harder, making Stairmaster the better choice for consistency. After testing everything from boxing to specialty bouncing shoes, the clear winner depends entirely on sustainability and personal preference. Some might choose swimming as their top choice due to excellent calorie burn combined with zero joint impact and genuine enjoyment. For me, regular walking won despite lower per minute calories because I could realistically do it every single day without dreading the workout. Here's the critical lesson we learned the hard way. After burning roughly 1,000 calories through all our cardio testing, I immediately ordered a massive lunch that contained about 500 calories in a single sitting. That wipes out half of the work with one meal. This perfectly illustrates why cardio alone won't deliver the results you want. The most effective approach combines moderate cardio with proper nutrition and resistance training to maintain muscle mass and metabolic rate. The winner of our fat-burning experiment wasn't the most intense or exotic exercise. It was the one you could actually stick with long-term while maintaining proper nutrition. Whether that's walking, swimming, or Stairmaster depends on your preferences, schedule, and physical limitations. Remember, the best cardio for fat loss is the one you'll actually do consistently, not the one that burns the most calories in a single session. Focus on building sustainable habits rather than chasing perfect workouts, and you'll see far better results in the long run.